I'm not gonna sit here and call my builds a catch-all solution for everyone. The builds I present here are mostly tailored to how I play Payday, which is mostly a self-sufficient sort of philosophy. If I have the tools to reliably and quickly take out enemies that pose a threat to me, then I shouldn't end up going down and should be able to hold my own, which takes pressure off the rest of my team. That said, I have received criticism for this, rightfully so, due to the lack of team play in my builds. A lot of this is due to the fact that when it comes to weapon-centric builds, I can talk about the weapons compared to other alternatives, look at breakpoint tables, or conjure up a DPS number of ludicrous quality, and that all makes for good video topics, and they're fun to edit. But what can I say about a team play build that hasn't been said a million times? Well, I don't know about you, but this recent spring breaks had me in the mood to see just what I can do about that, so with all that said, let's talk about Inspire in Payday 2. There we are, didn't think I'd do that part, did you? Inspire is the top-tier medic skill in Mastermind, which lets us shout at living players to momentarily boost their movement reload speeds, and shout at down players to revive them on a 20-second cooldown. The utility of such a skill should seem immediate, but let's give the build the time they deserve to shine. With that many points now going into Mastermind, we need to play light with the weapon skills, but also provide something that has high utility. So with this first build, my core skills are Aced Painkillers, Combat Doctor, and Inspire Aced. Remember this setup, I'm going to be using this exact one in the second build, not even mention it. It should be pretty obvious. Aced Shotgun CQB and Impact with basic Close By and Overkill to boost shotguns. I've aced Die Hard and grabbed basic Iron Man for a massive boost to armor. Aced Duck and Cover with basic Shockproof and Artful Dodger to keep me safe. Aced Low Blow for crits, aced 9 lives, up you go, Swan Song and Bloodthirst, and I've aced Akimbo to keep me alive and my weapons loaded. Otherwise, what good is an Inspire build if you're running out of bullets and dying all the time? I figured we should use a new addition to our shotgun roster, and I picked the Akimbo Judges, yes, with crits. With the intent being, we're throwing out 2 meaty blasts to lead pellets into unsuspecting foes with each trigger pull. I kind of just want to kill everybody in one shot, and the crits and 2 judges kind of helps me fulfill that. You could take the M1014 or the Moscone or something like that, or you could invest in Close By Aced and grab the Akimbo Goliaths. That might actually be fun. But I picked the judges for their ability to responsibly take care of a crowd. Modified with Triple Up Buck, the Horizontal Leveler, a laser, and the Reinforced Frame for aesthetic reasons. These judges are my jury when I'm off playing Executioner. Again, you may want to consider trading in a couple skills and seeing if you can pack the Goliaths instead with Close By Aced. You get a third of the damage, but 42 shells to a single mag, lower accuracy, which is better for shotguns, and the same reload speed more or less. It makes for a fun tool for mowing down crowds. My secondary, though, might seem a little bit odd, but bear with me. You could, in theory, take the Locomotive, or even another Judge, but I opted for the GSPS 12 gauge. Its damage is on par with the Judges, sure. And I originally had an idea to run, say, an Incendiary Grim, but I wanted a solid panic button option. When you've just got a shotgun with really low damage, but it spits out a bunch of fire, it's not a good panic button option. It doesn't kill people. It stuns them and it can kill them, but it doesn't immediately kill them. The GSPS can do just that. I needed something that could hold its own in a fight, and what better an option than the Goat Slayer Police Special. We can switch off to this in a pinch, knock out some guys, and then when the judges are topped off, we can switch back for double the pellets and double the trouble. I modified the GSPS with Triple Out Buck, the Riot Barrel, a Horizontal Leveler, a Laser, and the Stakeout Stock. The Katana's my melee, Molotov's my throwable, Doc Bag's my deployable, the Light Ballistic Vest, and I've gone with Anarchist for my perk deck. What we've got here is a rather simple shotgun build, but one that lets me talk about one of the newest guns in the game. I love the Judge, and 2 judges is gotta be better than 1. Poor Sydney's wrists though, but whatever. With the judges, we can dispense a whole ton of pellets into a crowd, and this time if someone gets hit twice, they can technically take double the damage if each pellet was from a different shotgun. The judges are a lawnmower of a gun, just clearing out crowds with only a couple trigger pulls. The GSPS is my backup weapon here. I can take this in for close encounters against dozers or other special units without feeling like I'm made out of wet cardboard. My arms have become al dente spaghettoni. Anarchist keeps me rather sturdy, and no matter which shotgun I'm going to town with, I've got combat options. When a teammate's down, I can rush to them thanks to my light armor, tank some shots while culling the crowd courtesy of Anarchist, and then get them back off the ground all without a second thought, keeping this Inspire build mobile but deadly. Through sheer virtue of being Anarchist and having Inspire, I feel inclined to say a conservative enough player could make this work on Death Sentence, but beside that I do feel confident in confirming its use on Death Wish missions. 2 judges make very quick work of Vulcan dozers. So our second build, I'll say this one now, it's not an Akimbo one. Yeah, I get it. It's okay. I get it. There was a new massive Akimbo update. All the pistols and all the SMGs, except for the Peacemaker and the 5.7, got Akimbo. But there's other weapon types, and I wanted to make 2. If I wanted to make 2 more Akimbo builds, I would have just done that. So, now that I've stumbled my way through that sentence, let's talk about our second build. My core skills this time, aside from the Inspire business, include Aced Die Hard, basic Shock and Awe and Iron Man for some armor, Aced Steady Grip, Lock and Load, and Body Expertise with basic Surefire and Fire Control to beef up whatever my primary and secondary weapons are here, Shockproof basic, and then some Revenant stuff, you know how it goes. My primary is the Union 556, though the UAR could work just as well, among many other options, really. There's a lot of weapons in this tier. Tactical Compensator, LED combo, Tactical Receiver, Speed Pull Mag, and a sight of choice, and this thing's ready to roll. I like the Union out of all the game's assault rifles because of its very low recoil, and because of that, it stays on target even through sustained fire. My secondary was going to be the Cross Vertex for something faster and more aggressive than the Union, but Dan suggested that I should give the Spec Ops SMG a shot. It's a bit slower than the Mark 10 with a smaller magazine, and it reloads slower, and it's less concealable with less threat, but well, at the very least, the difference in stats here is really minor. It's pretty much a Mark 10, trading a couple of its stats in just to look like this. I've given mine a Tactical Compensator, a laser, an extended mag, a sight, and then I unfolded that stock, and it amounts to a really nifty little piece of kit that just feels quite alright in the hand. It kicks like a truck on screen, but whatever, that really doesn't affect the actual stability level. Again, Jacket's piece, the Mark 10, the Cross Vertex, all would have worked. I picked the Spec Ops because I didn't pick the Spec Ops. Dan picked the Spec Ops. And if you don't like the Spec Ops SMG, let him know at his channel. Please don't. He's my best friend. Please treat him nicely. Thank you. Kunai's my melee. Dynamite's my throwable. Doc Bag's light ballistic vest once more. But my perk deck this time is Gambler. Both guns need a lot of ammo to keep them running well, so turn on ammo contours, mow down some guys, switch between the two as needed, and grab as much ammo as you can. The Union's going to be doing most of your heavy lifting, because it can shoot way downrange with no problem whatsoever. But the Spec Ops SMG is still a nice alternative. You collecting ammo gives your teammates a little bit of ammo, as well as some health, so you can indirectly keep people alive even when you can't inspire them. Get the guys with the heavy weapons their speed boost, revive people when you can, and just all around what you have here is a perfectly fine Gambler build. It's a really good team play option, and I love the Union, and the Spec Ops perform better than I thought. Dan's never done me wrong, so again, please be nice to Dan. I wouldn't take this build to Deathwish personally, but if you're looking for a fun way to help out people on Mayhem, or take it to Deathwish, I guess, if you feel daring enough, Gambler and the Union make a really great combo. It's been a while since I did 2 different builds, if memory serves. The last one was the Death Sentence one at the beginning of April, and before that I think I did one on Overkill like halfway through March. But it's good to be back. Inspire's a skill I often skip out on for the sake of my personal playstyle, but with weapons that are already good on their own, you can find the points to spare to kick into support mode and help out the people around you. As I learned from Adam Smith's The Theory of Moral Sentiments, yeah, we're doing this bit. We're going this way. You never thought you'd hear Adam Smith's name in a frickin' Payday video unless we're talking about money. Empathy helps establish bonds between people, which is accentuated when in a calm environment. You can help people up, which can help make their day or at least get them through a troublesome mission, and the lead you're dispensing will keep the battlefield calm, which would just make Adam Smith proud. There we go. I made a build that would appease a 270-year-old philosopher. Gotta check that off the... Oh, wait. Look through my notes again. Yeah, Hobbes said that humans are inclined towards a natural state of violence, so... All my builds before this one would have appeased Mr. Hobbes. Thomas Hobbes? Tom Hobbes. Tom Hobbes. Why didn't I take that business ethics class earlier? Man, these things just make my videos sound super smart and sophisticated. I could tell people, hey, Adam Smith would enjoy this build. And hey, Tom Hobbes? Yeah, Tom Hobbes would run my Deathwish build. Hey, look at me, Mr. Smart Man, haha. Let's talk about Expire. Expire. Its opposite of Inspire kills people. If you like this video and you'd like to see more, I'd recommend subscribing. Patreon and social media links are in the description.